It's about to be a long weekend. Praise the Lord. Getting the weekend started. These glasses are definitely for show because anytime I don't really feel like doing makeup or brows, because nothing is on my face but some skincare. Sometimes I'll throw on glasses just to fix the situation a little bit, but I mean, we need to love our natural selves, so there is no situation to fix, right? I am headed, I'm trying to hurry. They're repaving the parking lot of my entire complex. It's been such a pain. They shut down large portions of the parking lot, and they try to do it, obviously they don't do it all in the same day, but it's still a nightmare because when they were doing our portion, we had no access to our garage at all whatsoever. So trying to, like, we only have a 1-car garage anyway. We refuse to pay for a carport, and we have to park 3 cars. So for me, it was like a nightmare because it was like, if you found a spot, you better not leave, because if you leave, you're losing it. And so that was like a nightmare yesterday. I parked so far, I had to walk a Jerusalem mile just to get to my car, and it was just like not it. I just left. I have to go take some registration papers and things like that to AAA just so I can get my daughter's tags for her car. So that's like what I'm gonna do. And they normally close a little early throughout the week, so Friday is like literally my only day to do it for her. Then obviously, not obviously, but I am on babysitting duty tonight. She started a new job almost 2 weeks ago, and so I babysit my grandson when she goes to work, which at this point is like 3 to 4 days a week, and it's only like 4 to 5 hours, so it's not too bad. She gets a lot of evening shifts, so I get to watch him, like, you know, for a few hours, and he typically like falls asleep. I put him to bed, and that's that. So it's fairly easy. I would actually prefer to watch him in the evening hours when he just goes to bed, so it's not bad at all. But tonight we will have him babysitting, and so I got to try to get what I can get done in that time before he comes. I have 2 thrift box orders that I'm working on this weekend. I might stop at a thrift store today just to kind of see if anything's jump out at me that are on the boards that, well, one of the boards, because one person didn't send me a board. Honestly, you guys, listen, I strongly recommend you figure out how to make a Pinterest board, because if you do not make a Pinterest board, like, trying to describe to me what you want is cool, but you really just relying on me to just use my own discretion. And I know that my style can be a little bit out there, so, you know, if I send you something that ain't exactly it, it's probably because you did not send me a Pinterest board and I was looking at it like, ooh, I think this is cute, so I'm gonna send it to you. So definitely, if you're going to like submit the form for a box, first of all, don't submit it before you're ready, because then it just gets inundated with a bunch of requests, but not like, I have to filter through to find whose boxes I'm still like trying to work on, you know. So I've had to like delete some that are not ready yet. And then also so yeah, send me pictures please. That just makes everything so much easier. But also, please include your measurements. If you do not know your measurements, or you do not have a tape measure, girl, it is worth $4 to go to Walmart and buy a measuring tape, like, for your body, for you to send me the measurements, because $4 versus me sending you something that does not fit, I promise you it's worth it. So please make sure to give me your measurements, because the thing is when you're in the thrift store, there's a number of reasons why somebody might have donated something, and one of those things could be the sizing is off. So in order for me to determine that an item is going to fit you, then I really need to have your measurements. Like, number sizes are not going to get it done for me. Like, I'm almost tempted to just say, like, if you cannot give me your measurements, I will not be able to do the box for you, because I don't want to waste your money. I don't want to go buy things for you and you can't fit them, or it doesn't fit you properly. So please make sure you include your measurements and a Pinterest board to get the most out of this experience. Trust me, take it from me, don't figure it out on your own. So that's my little disclaimer. But I am almost I'm about 5 or 10 minutes away from AAA. We have one locally, thank God. So I will catch you guys in a little bit. I have no idea what we're doing this week, so you know, come along with me on this unknown adventure that is going to be this weekend. Okay, just dropped my daughter off with her dad. He actually wanted me to meet him there to get something to eat, but I am so full still from my lunch. I'm not even hungry. I just took a few sips of his cocktail and dipped out. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave your daughter with you because I would like to go thrift alone. And just like, I'm gonna just look and see if I can find a couple things, because again, I have the entire weekend to thrift, so I don't necessarily have to get everything today, and I'm not trying to. So I want to get to the thrift store before okay, I want to get to the thrift store before he gets home, because I need to get home to save him a spot, because they're doing the whole parking lot thing. So I already know our side of the complex is going to be like no spots, people trying to look for spots. And I just want to have a second to like unwind before I get on babysitting duty. So I feel like a bug bit me, like for real, like right here. Man, my son was getting eaten up by mosquitoes. Oh, look at that. 100%. My son was getting eaten up by mosquitoes. Like, he had so many bug bites on his legs, and I don't feel like I've ever seen him get bitten up like that. But I've been seeing some things online about mosquitoes and bugs, so you know, I don't know. And I'm allergic to mosquito bites. They create these very large welts on my legs, and they just get more and more inflamed. Like, it's so bad. That's neither here nor there. I'll see you guys at the thrift. Okay, so this right here is one of the pieces I am passing on. It's 100% silk, but I just don't think it's right for one of the boxes that I am working on. And then I am passing on this wool knit vest. Again, just not quite right for the box I'm working on. And I thought this was really cool. I liked the corset style, but I just feel like these are the kind of pieces you can get anywhere. And for my boxes, I like to get pieces that you can't just find anywhere. So I just still have to go through all of this. But yeah, there's some like really cool stuff in here. Okay, this is a piece that I really wanted to get, but it smells like smoke, so I can't do it. And smoke out of leather is so hard to come out. But the sleeves do zip off, and the price is so good, I might actually risk throwing this in the washer. This is also a really cool piece, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass on it because I don't know if it really fits in with the boxes that I'm working on. But I'm gonna look through them one more time just to see, because it's a cool piece. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. What do you think? Oh my gosh, I remember these. This is actually real leather. And they had like the split shoulder strap. Do you guys remember these? They used to be like bags you can get from like Wilson's Leather. I don't know, I might have to bring something like that back. And then I found this cute little beaded bag, but it does have like damage right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that back. But I actually might get this. I feel like even if I don't wear this, this is great for a box maybe. We'll see. Such a cool, unique shape. Oh my gosh. And then this is when it was practical. Like, it had a fully attached wallet on the front. I don't know, like I really kind of want to get this. I think this is like nostalgic. This is also super cool. It's a corduroy blazer with leather on the lapels, but get this, Juicy Couture. I think that's super cool, but I don't have any boxes for this right now, so we're just gonna leave it. All right, we are leaving. I have the goods. To be honest, all except 2 things in here are for thrift boxes I'm working on, so yeah, now I need to head home and start baby duty. Good morning or good afternoon. I definitely am getting a late start today. I'm using my little Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. So I'm trying the Sephora one and it's cool. You know, gets the job done and I'm gonna use it up, but the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream is literally my favorite. Like, as soon as I run out of that other one, I'm gonna go buy me another Kiehl's because I just like it's like a light moisturizer, but a deep moisturizer. And so I really like prefer it and the consistency over a lot of these other ones. Wow, such a bad angle, but who cares? I just took my hair down from the pineapple. Loving the red. Let me show you the semi-permanent that I used. Do I have it right here? So this is the color red that I use, for those of you guys wondering. And I use a volume 20 developer. Here it is. This is the semi-permanent that I used on the ends to like bring it up from that like rose gold color. So, and I like this one too because it's like it has jojoba oil and it does not have ammonia or peroxide in it, and it's like a moisturizing color. Color still color. I feel like it's damaging no matter what because it's not your color, but I like it a lot. So I am not in the mood to wear makeup today. It is actually raining. It's raining today. And I just cannot be bothered with not even eyebrows. So I'm gonna put on some lip gloss, some earrings. Maybe I'll do a brow gel. I don't know. I like brow gel, but for me, like, it don't really do a ton. It just, you know, it's like it's cool. I mean, I guess. I'll do brow gel. I'll do maybe mascara. But that's a big maybe because honestly, mascara is my least favorite thing to take off. Like I hate taking off mascara. But c'est la vie. Maybe we'll put a little. I used the Sephora one, Size Up, and I actually really like this one, but my favorite for real is the Valentino. And I do have like a small sample size of it somewhere that they sent me, but I think I put it in my travel thing in my bag, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use this. But I do need to get some more mascara because this one is almost gone. And honestly, I'm really hoping Valentino just sends me another mascara because they sent me my last like 1 or 2. They definitely sent me my last one, but I think they sent me like the one before that too. You know, Valentino, if you're listening, your girl's running out of mascara. Please send me some. I also have this, I mentioned this before. I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet, but they sent me this eyeliner that has, it's like a twin liner. So it has a pointy tip on one end and a more like fat tip on the other. And it looks like it's gonna be really good. I just don't wear not mascara. I don't wear eyeliner like that every day. but I am gonna try it soon, maybe for like a sit down video or something where I'll actually do my makeup. But yeah, that's cool. Didn't do a huge thing, but it was a little some. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna do today. And lip gloss, you know what, maybe I'll do a little. See, this is how it starts. I think to myself, no, I'm not gonna do a lot of makeup, and then I start with a little bit. Okay, but I'm only gonna do just a little few dots of concealer because I woke up with a migraine today, and I know why I woke up with a migraine today. So I just need to like these eyes. Yeah, that's see, just a little bit. I'm putting on some chapstick, and we are living in the skin we're in today. I do have on the same t-shirt that I was wearing yesterday, but I'm actually about to change because I'm gonna put on more or less the same kind of outfit, bike shorts, a sports bra, and a denim shirt, because I want to be able to like try things on over my clothes if I can, because they still have not opened up dressing rooms, and that's a whole entire scam, I feel like, because they know most times you're just gonna buy the stuff and not even bring it back. So whatever. All right, let's get dressed. I also have like a pile of laundry that I need to get done at some point today. It's actually, a lot of it is my husband's as well, but hold on one second. I am trying to film a video today also. I don't know if I'm gonna film it today, tomorrow, or Monday, because I want to do a fall, like a new in fall thrift haul, and show you guys all of the things that I've bought for fall. Even though you guys know fall is that's my strong suit when it comes to thrifting. Like, I can thrift me a fall look, okay? But I do want to do a haul. You see these coats back here? I want to do a haul with some of the new things that I picked up, because I got some really good stuff, and just styling it up in basics. And then today, even though I am going to be vlogging today, I think I want to go to the thrift store and film a video, things to know before you thrift for fall, because I think that's going to be like really important. It's a reminder to myself. So I'm literally going to be simultaneously filming 2 videos today. But so while I have this extra time off, I'm trying to get the content done, because lately I've just been doing 1 video a week, and I would love to do like 2 to 3. So now I'm going to get dressed. I have a special guest who wants to say hi. Come on, Kuma. This is Kuma. Tell them what your name means.
Bear in Japanese.
Isn't that the coolest name?
Yeah.
He's been dying to say hi to you guys. This is Sum's son. Isn't he just so handsome? Sign off, say bye.
Bye.
Leave the people with some wise words.
Always be positive and never be negative.
That is a good one to live by. I had just stopped by to see my really, really good friend. The reason why you guys get to see me on YouTube, Summer. But now I'm about to hit up the Salvation Army. I'm not gonna film in here, or probably, like, I'm not gonna show, I don't know that I'm gonna show you guys too many of the, gosh, what am I'm sorry, my brain is going multiple places at once. I'm not gonna be showing too much filming in these stores, because I am working on another video that I'm also filming today. So I'm going to film that video, work on that, and then I'll probably catch up with you guys a little bit later, because it's a holiday weekend, so we have the whole weekend to hang out. But I just want to focus on this. Make sure you guys check out that video. It will definitely be out before this one. So yeah, to the Salvation Army we go. Oh, I hate the way the yellow of this light looks. However, we're just gonna have to rock with it. So I just finished filming the whole thrifting video, and I'm gonna be filming probably tomorrow the whole like styling portion of it. But I am going to head home. I'm actually gonna hit up another thrift store on the way, but that thrift store is not gonna be a part of the like thrift vlog that I was filming. So I'm just going in there honestly to see if I could come across anything else for the mystery boxes. One of them I think I'm pretty much done, and then the other one I have only gotten like 1 or 2 pieces for. So still gotta kind of work on that one over the weekend hopefully. But even though I want to get out the boxes as soon as possible, what I am finding is if I just give myself a little bit more time, I am more likely to come across the things that are on the list, like more of them instead of just like some of them. So if I'm not able to get it done over the weekend, then I'm not going to be too mad about it. I'm just going to take that as a sign that I need to like look a little bit longer, because I want to make sure that I'm sending whatever it is that you're requesting. So I'm heading home now, and I probably will work on some thrift flips tonight because I do not have my grandson, but tomorrow I have to watch him, so I won't be able to like sew or do anything like that. And then I finally finished the like reworking of one of the thrift flips that I didn't want to list at first, but now I am going to relist it. I love the way that it came out now. I'm going to turn this light off. I love the way that it came out now, because what I did is I broke the seam in the back, because that was the part that I was not a fan of, and I added a black piece of denim right there that ties into the cargo on the front of the skirt, so that it's like a very much two-tone denim skirt with the cargo pockets. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I'm going to actually be listing that on my website as well as the matching top. So I'm going to try to get that up. I'm very, very pleased with it now. So yeah, that's that. And then my daughter's actually going to be staying with me for a few days, so she actually wanted one of those skirts too, and I already have the denim and everything for her, so I'm gonna probably rework hers while she's with me, that way I can fit it to her. And then yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have for tonight. I don't know what else the day has in store, but I assure you I will be picking up the camera to chat with you when something exciting happens. So I'll see you guys when I get home. Yeah, I'm so sorry if you wanted to see the thrifting part. That video already came out, so go check that one out. Hey guys, so I am up at an ungodly hour one Sunday because me and my husband are taking my parents to the airport, and they are leaving for a week on a cruise to Alaska. I'm sorry you guys can't see me, it is very much pitch black. And so we gotta take them to LAX, and she, you know, my mom is gonna be a mom like forever. And so when I was like, oh, I'll take you, she's like, no, you better make your husband go with you. And I think it's very much giving this Instagram or TikTok reel that I saw, and if I can find it, I'm gonna go ahead and post it.
So I just dropped my sister off at the airport at LAX, and it made me think, like, you ever have people who fly into town who aren't from here, who just have no comprehension of the size of the city? They just come in with these unrealistic expectations of what they're gonna be able to accomplish during their time in Los Angeles. And they're like, hey, like, I'm flying in on Thursday, like, you're gonna pick me up from the airport, right? And I'm like, oh, mother, and like, we can go to the beach or like go on a hike, and then like maybe you go back to your place. And like, I have friends in like Long Beach, so like I'm gonna have to go down there, or like if you could like drive me, that would be like amazing. And then like the next day I have to be like someplace like the Valley, I don't know, like whatever that is. I'm like, are you on crack right now? Like, are you on crack? Are you okay? Do you need to be medicated? What is? She's like, yeah, like it's only like 8 miles. I'm like, 8 miles is an eternity. Okay, what do you, yeah, it's like not like that far, and like the Ubers are like super expensive, so like if you could help out, no!
But it's just absolutely hilarious. So that's what we're actually on the way to go do, because to get to LAX, baby, if you live in LA, then you know. You already know. I actually have on a jacket, oops, that I thrifted yesterday. Make sure you check out that video. But we gotta stop and get gas, which is a little bit inconvenient for like, you know, what we have to do, but then we're gonna go to breakfast afterwards, so I'll take you guys with me to do that too. Yeah, she wasn't lying when she said she was gonna be standing at the garage. They were at the garage with it open. Are you guys excited for your trip?
Very, very excited. It's like well deserved.
What about you? You excited?
God bless you, brother. God bless you.
Wave bye. I expect you to drink off 15 drinks a day. All right, I need to get up and film the like haul portion of the thrift video that I was working on yesterday. And I'm not gonna do like a full styled outfit, but I am gonna try on a few pieces and just kind of like talk about them because I want to film a separate video about fall trends. Like, you guys know, fall styling is my favorite, and so I want to do a video that actually does it justice. But let me show you the rack. So this is the rack right here. We have leather, blazers. Hold on, this is a little blurry. Why is this not doing what I wanted to do? Hold on. Okay, that's much better. It was definitely the lighting. Okay, so we have leather. This is actually leather too, so I really should just like arrange this. Hold on. Okay, so I've arranged all the new and leather pieces together, which is all of these. We have a lot of structured blazers, a cardigan, a couple bomber jackets, a trench, and then these are wool coats. Oh, these, pay no attention to these because these were already in my closet, but I have those for a purpose. These were recently thrifted. So like from here on are the pieces we're going to talk about recently thrifted. Obviously, you guys know bags thrifted over the summer. And then I have belts. I have some other belts that I thrifted yesterday, but I need to like finish that. Well, see, here's the thing. I need to pull out some other items because for the styling fall trends video, I want to pull out a couple pieces from my closet. So they're things that I've already had. As you guys know, I always thrift several seasons ahead. And the way that my mind works, I typically thrift things that are on trend for like the next several years. So I have a lot of stuff that I'm seeing that's on trend, namely some of the stuff you guys will see that if you watch that video, they're things you remember me thrifting years ago. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make some coffee because after taking my parents to the airport this morning, I came home, I slept for probably about 3 hours, woke up around 10:15, but I feel like I need a real cup of coffee. But I also need to try to get everything that I can get filmed before it's time for me to watch my grandson tonight, because I gotta watch him tonight at 5 until she gets off, like, and she's closing. So after that, I won't be able to do anything. So I'm trying to hurry up and get that done, but I do want to just like try to start filming at least the outfits. So we'll see. I may not get all the outfits filmed today, and that's fine, but I at least want to get myself together and then do like a haul. And then I will work on like styling up the outfits tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off as well. So honestly, I feel like I might be able to get 3 videos done this weekend. And if I do, I'm going to be very, very pleased with myself. So that's the goal. Fingers crossed. I'm going to probably get myself together first and then make coffee. So let's do that. Okay, to refresh my hair, all I did was add some, ooh, where are you? Mousse. And this is the one All About Curls Zodis Professional. This is also the gel that I use. And I love these. They're the best. So I just added a little mousse. Added a little mousse and refreshed it. And now I am about to, something about my hair. Is it like, let me see. Oh, I think this side is like shorter or something, because it always looks a little uneven. But when it's straight, you can't really see it. But anyway, yeah. So now I'm about to throw in a little bit of makeup to film my video, and then I will be done, but I don't have a lot of time. All right, so ready. I put on a simple outfit. That way when I'm trying on the jackets, it's like you can kind of just get the idea, but I have all this stuff here. I'm gonna set this on my already growing pile of things because I do want to show all of these things. So yeah, this is about to be one epic haul. If you have been keeping up with all of my thrift with me's, then you have already seen a good amount of this stuff. Some of it you have not seen, but if you have not, then definitely you want to go to this video that should already be up and check out the haul. Hi guys, good afternoon. It is afternoon, even though I woke up really late today. It's definitely the afternoon. So right now we're about to, sorry, I'm reading notifications. It's my dad's birthday today. So he's 80. I cannot believe it. He's 80 years old and still healthy and spry as ever. If you guys are not familiar with his journey, which I did document a little bit of it on my channel, shoot videos, like vlogs years ago. It's probably about 6 years ago or more on my channel, where my dad was diagnosed with level 3 melanoma cancer. And I remember talking about that journey and how difficult it was for my family and I. And so for him to be cancer-free and healthy 6 years later, nothing but God. Absolutely nothing but God. Oh my gosh, the bags are bagging. Okay. Anyway, I want to film a video today on the fall trends. And what I'm trying to do is I want to do a video styling up my thrifted pieces and how they kind of relate to the current fall trends. This is a look. I need to do my makeup while I'm talking about this. So I'm gonna start with moisturizer. I'm gonna use my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream Sample. I really need them to send me another one of these because I'm out. I love this one so much, and it's just, honestly, I've tried a few different face creams and this is my favorite one. I love the way it just feels on my skin. It goes on like butter, and it's so moisturizing but very light as well. It's just so good. My favorite. Anyway, where was I? Lord, this is where my mind is today. Oh yeah. So I want to film a video about trends and just the upcoming fall trends and how I plan to style them. The problem is, this is the problem. I'm using the Mara C Kale Sunscreen Serum SPF 30. Maybe. I got this at my friend's, one of my really good friends, her twin sister's event. She is the owner of the company Dulce Glow, and she did a Coachella event, and this was like one of the gifts. And I love this, and I feel like this would work for all shades, dark skin and deep in complexion, like rich in complexion. This will work for you, and then all the way up till the lightest. I don't feel like it has a cast or anything at all. It has algae and zinc, and it is just really, it gives your skin like this dewy finish. It can feel oily, but for me, I just love the way it makes my skin just look dewy under makeup and everything. It looks so healthy, but I don't think I'm going out today. So I'm trying to figure out if I even want to put that on. I think I'm not gonna put it on because I'm not going anywhere today and I don't wanna waste it. But I highly recommend if you guys are in the market for a facial sunscreen. Whew, face is so red. And we're gonna have to do something with this hair. When it comes to trends, dang, I just cannot get into this. Let me wet my beauty blenders, I'll be right back. Okay, so when it comes to trends, sometimes the way that, or the reason I struggle when it comes to doing trends videos is because a lot of times I watch the shows, of course, I watch them when they first come out. So like spring, summer shows and all of that, I saw them last year. So I already saw them, had an idea of the things that I like, the things that I was gonna wanna wear. By this time that is fall, I've already been thought about this 6-7 months ago, okay? So, you know, a lot of times it's hard for me to figure out how to take my vision and explain it, because it's not like I'm looking at something and then deciding that's what I want to do and then explaining it, because I feel like in that sense it's easier to put it in order and kind of figure out how to present it. Whereas for me, I have the creative juices flowing in my mind. I've already figured it out, I've already decided, and now I have to go find pictures that are examples of what it is that I'm looking for. And sometimes there are no picture examples. So trying to get that information together, I feel like this is crooked. Trying to get that information together to explain that to you guys can be a little bit difficult, and I feel like sometimes it makes my videos look like very much scattered. So I gotta figure out how I'm going to structure the video so that it's easy to follow along and you guys really get something from it. I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty concealer. I use the shade 340C. I do feel like this one is starting to be just slightly too almost dark for me. I think I need a lighter shade, because when I got this I was like a little bit more tan, but it works out and it gets the job done. So anyways, yeah, so I need to figure out the format for the video. I have been taking pictures and looking at trends online, and a lot of these things are stuff that I already have, things that I plan on wearing. So I'm gonna kind of like just talk about that and my take on it, because I don't know, something about sticking to trends and like going online and taking photos and like sticking with, oh, these are the trends I'm gonna wear or whatever. Something about that feels very limiting to me, and it almost feels like claustrophobic. It makes me feel trapped. That sounds so weird, but it's true. I think that's also why I cannot seem to have a filming schedule. Like, I've tried my best to make sure my videos go live on certain days at certain times. Like, for the most part, if I have a video go live, it's probably gonna go live between the hours of like 12 and 2. But when it comes to like, oh, having a video go live every single Thursday or every single Tuesday or whatever, like if I had videos go live, I would want my days to be like maybe Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. Like if I were to do 2 videos a week, something like that. But then the idea of sticking to a schedule makes me feel trapped. it makes me feel like I do not have creative liberties or freedoms, and I don't really know where that comes from or why I feel that way. I think it has something to do with like having a like normal 9-to-5 job where I'm forced to be on a schedule, and even that I struggle with, if I'm being honest. Like, I struggle to be on time to places. I really do. The only time I don't really struggle is honestly when it's stuff I want to do. Not even gonna lie. I don't really struggle when it's something I'm excited to do. I'm like probably gonna be there or ready at least early. But when it comes to just structure in general, even when it's like I really want to have structure, I really do want to have structure with my videos. I don't know, I can't seem to make it happen. It's kind of like I wait to be inspired and I wait for that creative juices or inspiration to hit, and then from that point forward I film, edit, and do, you know, videos and put them together, and then it just kind of randomly gets put out when it gets put out. So I do struggle a little bit when it comes to structure. And I don't know, I just feel like back in the day, although structure is definitely healthy, I also believe that going with the flow, it brings about things that like just would not come if you were forcing yourself to stick with like a structure and a timeline. I don't know, that could just be a personal thing, but I just feel the most inspired and I feel my best when I just kind of move with what I'm feeling for the day, which is also why I struggle to make plans with people ahead of time, because in the moment that I'm making plans, I might really want to do it, but then when that day comes, like my mood and whatever else it is that I have that I want to do like might supersede that, or it might be a day where I just feel like I don't really want to do anything at all, or I don't know, it's just, it can be really tough sometimes for me to plan ahead. And I think also that has to do with the fact that I think ahead so much. I feel like every aspect of my life I have thought ahead at least 4 or 5 different scenarios. Like, okay, if this happens, then I'll do this. If this happens, I'll do that. If this happens, I'll do this. So that by the time I have something going on or something happening, I know, and my husband has said this to me before, maybe sometimes it looks like I'm thinking fast on my feet, when the reality is, if we're being like completely honest, I am not thinking fast on my feet. It's just that probably a month ago I thought of 4 different what ifs, and one of them just happened to come up, so I already had a well thought out plan of action. And so I think in that sense, I do plan ahead, and I do have I have a lot. Okay, here's the best way to say it. I have a lot of structure in my thoughts. Like, my mind is highly categorized, filed. I know where everything is. It's like just very much categorized, and not even in the traditional sense. I might not always remember a conversation verbatim, but the general understanding of that conversation is tucked away in my mind to add to my understanding of a situation, a person, a thing, or whatever. So it's just very highly organized up there. And I noticed that I stopped being able to really remember specifics when it came to like scenarios or conversations when I got stressed and overwhelmed. It was like my mind needed to expel some of those things that it felt useless. So my mind expelled the exact play-by-play, but retained the understanding, because that was the important part. So it's kind of interesting. I think the way the human mind works can be like very interesting, because everybody's mind works differently. And when I come across people whose minds are very like scattered or like unorganized, it really is interesting to me. Trust me, it's not even like a judgment there, because I know that the way that the mind works and the way that it's been conditioned over the years, there's so many factors that play into it, because I've paid attention to my own mind and my own thought processes, and how just even my way of thinking and doing things has changed over the years. And a lot of that has to do with experiences. So when I come across people who cannot get it together in their mind, a lot of times I'm more curious about what it is that they've gone through that contributes to their mind working that way. And I've learned, okay, I had a couple experiences in my life where I have truly learned to give people grace and to not judge situations the way that I would handle them, because I have been in a place where I have judged a circumstance or a situation and thought about like what I would do or what I could handle, and why are they doing it this way, and that doesn't make any sense, and if it were me I would do ABCXYZ. Be careful. Be careful doing that, because I've done that, and then I've been put in the situation to experience that person's feelings or emotions, and be put in a situation where I was being viewed or judged the same way that I had judged somebody else, and it doesn't feel good, because the person who's judging you, it's like, you have no idea what I'm going through or what I have on my mind, or just the different factors going on and why I'm responding this way. Like, I am doing the best that I absolutely can. I promise. I'm doing it. Like, nobody wants to mess up and do terrible on purpose. Like, if we're struggling and we're not doing good and we're trying to figure it out, or there's a lot of confusion, I promise you, whoever you're dealing with, who's dealing with confusion, who's struggling, who's having a hard time managing their emotions, who's reactive, who's like just many different things, there is something going on where they are literally doing the best that they can. They are literally doing the best that they can. So I just shy away now, like, just really, like, I would say in this last year, I have learned some lessons, okay? I've learned some lessons. And so even when, sorry, that's the air fryer, my son is making something. So even when it just feels like a situation where even like somebody, doing something to me that I don't like or I don't agree with, I never used to understand how people could be so forgiving in certain instances, because I was just like, how dare you treat me that way, or how dare you, I just felt like they were getting away with something. And so it was like really a struggle for me to understand and try to I don't know, like, I don't even know the word that I'm looking for, but it was always a struggle for me to be so forgiving. I'll just leave it like at that, because I just felt like I'm letting them get away with something, and if I don't react or show them they can't treat me that way, then they're gonna keep doing it and they're gonna get away with it. And to an extent that is true, but there is a way to like be forgiving but also set a clear boundary. And that's something that I've really had to learn. And I gotta say, like, learning that lesson has really benefited me in many, many ways. I don't carry so much. I don't struggle emotionally as much since I've learned to do that. And it's just it's like no longer a heavy burden, because you just learn how to allocate your feelings and emotions. I was just posting this on my Instagram stories, and I put it on my threads, that a trauma response is an emotion that is placed somewhere it doesn't belong. And I actually saw a real live depiction or reenactment of this. That's the words I'm looking for. I actually saw a real life depiction and reenactment of this in a dream. And it was just very strange the way that it was shown to me, because it was like a Rolodex of my mind and memories. And I just remember certain memories and pictures and things like that I just didn't even remember. But when I woke up, I realized it was an actual memory, but it was categorized and placed in a area with more photos and memories where it actually didn't belong. Like, the dates were out of sync. Like, this is a memory from my childhood when I was like 5 years old. Why is it placed with this memory from when I was like 13, And that's how I realized, trauma responses really come when you have emotions that are not categorized and dealt with properly. So then they get placed in areas where they don't belong, and then you find yourself reacting. So it's like I'm having a 5-year-old reaction when I am 13 years old, because that memory is placed with the 13-year-old memories and movies and things like that in my mind. That's a trauma response. And I don't study psychology. I am no psychologist. So, you know, if that is your area of expertise, you might disagree with me because of your education, but all I know is that in my spirit, I know that to be true. I have no education on that. I just know it to be true. I can't prove it. It is. And so it's quite interesting to, do I want a little bit more blush? Maybe a little bit. It's just quite interesting to like learn these things and be able to watch them play out in life. And I used to feel like I had to prove my knowledge, prove what I knew to be true. And then I went through a phase where I had knowledge of things, but I couldn't prove it. And so because I couldn't prove it or explain it in the way that the person I was speaking to would understand or receive it, I chose to not say it at all or pretend like I didn't know. And that was like a really big, like grave mistake on my part. That kind of touched on this in my blog post, transliteration. In the Thrift with Me in chat and in the actual written blog post that I put on my website, I actually touched on this because it was like one of those things that I was doing because I didn't want to be viewed as a know-it-all. I used to get called a know-it-all all the time when I was, you know, growing up. Like, oh, she thinks she knows everything. And, you know, I used to get called that a lot. And because I used to get caught that a lot and I didn't want to be caught that, I got to the point where I started to pretend and act like I didn't know what I knew because I didn't want to be called a know-it-all, or because I couldn't explain how I knew what I knew. Like, because the logic and like the information, like the way it came to me, it wasn't logical. Like I couldn't explain it to you, like, and really tell you like, oh, I learned it this way. And even if I could try to explain to you where it came from or how I learned it, if you weren't at that place to understand it, then it didn't matter how I explained it, you still were gonna get it. And then because I'm explaining to you an unconventional way of me learning something, and you don't already possess that knowledge or information yourself, you're gonna look at me like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, that doesn't even make sense how you learned that. It was like really hard for me to like explain my understanding or explain my knowledge, and it just got exhausting trying to figure out a way to be understood. So I just would just be quiet and not say anything and pretend that people were teaching me something new, when really it's like, nah, I knew that all along. But now that you know that, now that I understand where you're at, I'll start communicating with you at the level that I know you to be. And then the way that kind of backfired on me is then you think that you taught me something and that I'm only saying it because you taught me, when the reality is like, no, I've actually kind of always, I've known that. It's just that you didn't know it at the time that I knew it, so I couldn't tell you. Or, you know, I don't want to be seen as a know-it-all. So I'm gonna just let you, I'm glad that you came to that conclusion, and now that you've come to that conclusion, I can communicate with you in that way. So, you know, it's like, it's a slippery slope. And I think that's why the whole saying of don't dim your light to accommodate others, it's more than just like a lot of times people like to use that saying as, oh, don't dress down and not be fabulous and look like less than you are because of other people. It's more than that. It's really like, you know what you know, and you cannot sit there and pretend to not know what you know just to accommodate the ego and the confidence or lack thereof of somebody else. And it's like, we all lack confidence in certain areas. So having a lack of confidence in certain areas is not a bad thing. Nobody knows everything. Like, it would be ridiculous to think that, you know, we knew everything. Like, that's just not feasible. It's not logical. I'm using this, so for the blush, I use Love by Rare Beauty. That's this. And then for the highlight, that was almost a disaster, I used Flaunt. I don't think I'm gonna be doing, I had eyeliner and stuff here. I really want to try this Valentino one, so I might do like a thin line, but right now I'm using this Dior like highlighting blush set. I'm gonna mix like these two colors, right, or actually I'm gonna mix those two colors just to add like a little, or maybe I'll mix all three and just add a little pop on my cheeks, just because I want to see. You got to be careful like doing that, because in a sense it's still being dishonest. You're being dishonest about who you are, and dishonesty always backfires. And then it can have people looking at you like, you know, you're fake or you're not authentic, when the reality is you were doing it as a survival mechanism. And they don't understand that. And I could see why it would be hard to, because again, it's dishonest. So once somebody has been dishonest with you, you start to think everything that they do is dishonest. Be careful with that. I'm telling you from personal experience, because I have learned. Give everybody grace is like really what it boils down to. It comes down to being able to give people grace and understanding where they're coming from and not letting it turn you bitter in any way. Because again, that's another lesson that I just recently learned and was shown that, wow, I have this perspective of something that was hidden in there and I didn't even realize it. And I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna tell you guys about that, but I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I don't really want it. I have this Kylie palette. It's not even like a favorite of mine. I just have it because I was using it for the mirror, but I do kind of want to do a little bit of eyeshadow and then maybe I'll do this eyeliner. So I'm gonna do that. Let me see, I might have to cut this out because this is like, we're creeping up on 20 minutes and this is not like what my plan was. This is not what my plan was. I don't even know how I was talking about fashion and somehow ended up here. But I just wanna just put a little in my crease. I'm just mixing two colors. I like doing reddish browns in my crease because as you can see here, it already is kind of like my natural eye color. So I like doing it this way because it's just a little bit more seamless and I just kind of rub it all over the lid. And I'm gonna do this on the other side as well, just to kind of add a little something. And then we'll do eyeliner. I'm gonna do little lashes and then I'm gonna pause this so that I can film my fashion video, which still in my head is scrambled, but I don't actually know exactly how I'm gonna film it, so I might be winging it as I film it. I normally like learn things when I'm dreaming. So basically there was a scenario that I was shown where it showed me that I was harboring a resentment that I didn't know was there, and it was quite enlightening because I sat on that dream all day like, what does this mean? Like, what does this mean? Like, this is, and the way that it was shown to me was with a locker, some frying pans, bread, and stones. And it was like, what does that even mean? And I sat on it all day and I was like, Lord, you're gonna have to help me understand, because I don't know. Why do I have this one? Actually, I'm gonna do this one. You're gonna have to help me because I don't understand. I do not know what you were trying to tell me here. No clue. And basically, when I sat down and like really like thought about it and I started getting knowledge on what that meant, and I got the knowledge of the dream came first, and then I like looked it up to double check. And I do that a lot of times because I like to see and keep my discernment exercised and just kind of like see where I'm at. I like to try to figure things out first and then look up to see how close it is. And this kind of helps me familiarize myself with when the Holy Spirit is talking to me, like just the voice of God, and how it can be, you know, sometimes it seems unclear, but when you exercise that and then you go behind and prove it to yourself, it gives you a lot more trust that you know what you know and you're hearing what you hear. And I've been doing this for a while. But in this particular case, I did it again, and basically it showed me a resentment that was there in my heart that I didn't know was there. And I thought of it like, to myself, I just thought it was frustration, when really it was like resentment, like how dare you, you know? And it was showing up as room in my heart that was being taken up. It was, this resentment was taking up space in my heart, so that when it came time for me to store other things in this locker, that stuff, it took up a significant amount of space, so that I kind of had to squeeze in whatever else that I wanted to put in there. And the stones actually were a good indication that I was saving stones to throw. Okay, talk about a revelation of your own you know, it's like being checked, like, and it's a gentle check, because, you know, I could definitely be checked in these ways in a lot more of a harsh way, but it's kind of like, you know, I'm just letting you know that this is here. And so it showed up as me saving up stones to throw, like saving up. It's kind of like when you feel like you have to prove a point, so you start saving up all the points that you feel like you're gonna prove. That's resentment. And it's like, that's not even necessary all the time. You don't always have to prove a point. Sometimes it's just better to understand where the person is coming from and adjust and move forward, because however they're receiving you, even though it's not how you mean to be received, and it's literally not even what you mean, and it's not true and it's not accurate, it doesn't mean that it still didn't make them feel that way. And so you just move forward after that, and you're a little bit more mindful of it. But when I saw that depiction, I was like, whew, I did not know that that was there. But now that I do, let me work on that. And working on that means that I have to be intentional and mindful about where my thoughts are going and how I view certain things. And it does bring more peace to just like let certain things go, just like let it go. It doesn't matter if somebody got you wrong. It doesn't matter if they misunderstood you. Like, your heart and the intentions of your heart, that's what God is looking at. And so even if somebody misunderstands the intentions of your heart, God is still going to honor your heart, because that's where your heart was. And the way that somebody views or misunderstands your actions or what you say, like, that's more of a them problem, because they are filtering that through a discernment rooted in trauma. It's not actual spiritual discernment. It is traumatic discernment, okay? There is spiritual discernment, and then there is traumatic discernment. And some people filter through a lens of trauma and they call it discernment, and they don't even realize they're doing it, because human behavior does have patterns, and sometimes it can look accurate. But it's even like going to a psychic and having a psychic tell you things that are accurate, but only God knows your heart. So a psychic can tell you things that you already know, and then they can say what they think is going to happen. But once you agree with them, you're coming into an agreement with what they said, which is then giving the spirit an opportunity to work in your life to make that thing come to pass. But that's not God. You know what I'm saying? It's like the spirit realm has information, and all it is information. But like what's really going to happen and the desires of your heart, only God knows that. And so having spiritual discernment and traumatic discernment is much the same thing. Just because it looks true doesn't mean it actually is true. That's something that I've had to learn over the years. Many years I've had to learn this the hard way. So take it from me and don't figure it out on your own, okay? Just work on your spiritual discernment. You don't want to make the same mistakes that I've made over the years. I can't do eyeliner and talk to you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. Man, it works really well. I used to be the winged eyeliner queen. If you go back to my channel, started on makeup videos. I eventually slowly got more into like fashion. It's like rare that I do like a full-on winged eyeliner. And boy, it's like you do get out of practice when you don't really exercise that talent, because that took me an unnatural amount of time. Well, it took me about 3 minutes, but normally I used to be able to go and just have it done. And because it takes me so long now to do it, that's probably why I don't do it as often. But this is the Valentino liner, and they do have this side right here, which is just like a charcoal pencil, which I probably will do for my waterline because I want to try it out. And then they have the pointed tip right here, which this is very handy. It's like having 2 types of eyeliner in one. It's like being able to carry a gel liner and a liquid liner all at the same time. And so hold on. I feel like this liner broke down in the bottom, but I'm gonna try to line my waterline and see. Pray for me, I don't want to ruin all of my hard work. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. And I'm actually gonna smoke out my bottom lash line a little bit. So anyways, all that to say, sometimes, like I said, I had that dream where I saw a depiction of resentment that I didn't even know was there. And so who's to say that if I didn't notice that something wouldn't have happened in the future, where I was reacting from a place of resentment and thinking it was discernment, but it wasn't. Because I was actually storing up resentment and stones to throw, you know? I'm gonna say it again because I know that people they have their opinions on this, and this is truly my opinion. But when they talk about, oh, well, the Bible says to judge righteously. Judging righteously only comes when you have decision-making power, if that makes sense. So like, of course, a judge who runs a courtroom needs to judge righteously because that is their position. That is the position they've been placed in. That is where their power lies. So when it comes to settling disputes and you're in the position where you are called to settle a dispute, then you need to judge righteously. That's what that means. But when it comes to other people, you can judge righteously what's good for yourself to do. So you can say, you know what, that might be what they want to do, but for me, I'm going to judge righteously and understand that that's not for me. I can't do that. Like, that's not for me to do. There's many things I'm sure that people can look at in your life and pick apart and say, well, you shouldn't do this. And just because yours is not seen, but theirs is more seen and obvious, doesn't give you a right to sit there and pick apart their actions and their behaviors and judge what it is that they're doing. Because your secret sins, they're going to be judged just as harshly as their public sins. You got to really be careful judging people. You're not in a position to make a decision on judging others. You're only in a position to make a decision on judging yourself. You righteously judge if you're in the position to settle a dispute. You don't sit there and call it righteously judging when you're critiquing what somebody else is doing and the choices that they're making, because it's not your business. And their path, it can go way off to this way, and then God can bring them right back, and every single decision that they made to get so far off is going to be the same thing that they use to reach other people who are going in that direction. So sometimes people have a more difficult life or they deviate off path and they fall into certain things, but really only a former drug addict can talk a current drug addict off the ledge because they've been there. You, having never done drugs in your life, could never reach a drug addict in the same way as somebody who had actually already been there before. And you never know when people are going so far off what God intends to use them for. So stop judging, because that same thing is going to be used for their benefit later. You just never know. I think I'm gonna add, so these are the Kiss lashes, and they already have like an adhesive on them, and I just want to add like 2 to that, or like one of these and then one of the, oh wait, hold on, this isn't the same one. This one needs glue. Actually, I'm gonna use this. So I have this Kiss Lash Bond and Seal. Even though these already have adhesive on it, I think that I'm gonna see. We're gonna see. I might just put this on. But these are they already have adhesive on them, and you can use them a few times, and they come with like this little tool. They sent this to me in PR, and they sent me a few different types. I have used them. I used them for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle premiere, and they worked so well. And I just put them on the outside for that premiere. I didn't even actually put them all the way across, and I just loved the way that it looked. It gave a little something something, but not like boom lashes. And I think that that's good for when I just want a more casual, mellow, low-key look. So the way you're supposed to be able to do it is just stick it right there, and it's supposed to just stick. And it does work because I've done it. See, boom. Just literally put it in, and then you just like press it down. And I wish I could show you, well, there you go, if you can kind of see. And then I still have to put like mascara on the rest of my lashes. All right, the lashes are on. I'm just adding the like mascara in the front. But anyways, just, you know, I'm just saying that to just say, be careful about judging people, because you just never know. You might be judging somebody for something, but you have no idea if God sent them into that situation to go do something that is not your business. It looks a certain way to you from the outside, and you're looking at them like, well, why are they hanging out with them? Or why are they doing this, that, and the other? And they could be doing whatever they're doing on assignment to do something, and it's not your business. You don't know, but they know, and you're sitting here judging them for something that God told them to do. Imagine being on that side of things. Like, you're judging God's choices. And that's the thing. When you judge other people, you have no idea that you might be judging God's choices and God's decisions, because he's doing something for a reason that is not known or seen by you. You know, I'm gonna be over here minding my business. The business that pays me. That's the business I'm gonna be minding. That's just my little hot take on that. And I'm pretty sure, or I wouldn't even be surprised. I don't even want to say I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody in the comments who wants to disagree with me about judgment. But I would say in every scenario that I've ever seen about judgment in the Bible, the person who was judging was either judging incorrectly and incurred the wrath of God, judging because they were in a position to make a decision so they needed to judge righteously, or in the position to judge what they should be doing and what was right for them. Those are the three scenarios I've seen. So those are the three scenarios that I'm gonna go by when it comes to how I categorize and place my judgments. You can do what you feel like is best for you. But I just don't think that as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or if I'm in a position where somebody is asking my opinion about something, and then I'm telling them what I think based on the fact that they're giving me the opportunity to place a judgment. Other than that, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying anything at all. So you can do what's best for you, and I'm gonna do what I think is best. Is he asleep? Oh, okay. So I don't know. If you want to tell me your hot takes and your thoughts, you definitely can. It might not be the same as mine, but we all just trying to do the best that we can. We're all just living life here. So I'm going to skedaddle on out of here and finish getting ready so that I could film this video. Maybe I will, because this is definitely the last day that I'm vlogging. Yeah, adding that other lash. This one is a complete eye, so you can see. This one right here. Adding that other lash really did something. Man, how did I end up with such a full eye look? I don't know. I just feel like when I'm filming these fashion videos, nobody takes me seriously unless I'm like looking the part. And not that I care, because my advice is still solid, but sometimes I do want to dress up and act like I know what I know, you know? There we go. Boom. Set this face with the spray. Man, this has not been spraying like it should. I don't know what's going on with it. But this is not a fine mist. This is droplets. Definitely droplets. All right, I'm out, y'all. Malachi, look. Look. Aw. I didn't last very long. He woke up, but you know what? It's not too bad. You guys can't really see me. It's not that bad because I did finish the whole sit down portion of my video, and I filmed like 4 to 5 outfits for the trend video. Our little angelic grandson here woke up. I'm about to make something to eat. I have not eaten today yet, and it is, what time is it? Do you know what time it is? No, you don't know what time it is? I think it's like 6 or 7 p.m. So literally I've been in a fasted state all day. I cannot wait to eat. Say hi. I can't wait to eat. I am so excited to eat. I'm not sure what I'm gonna eat, but I am excited. When I'm doing the try on portion for the rest, ooh, ew, it's not on my shoulder. When I do the try on portion for the rest of the outfits, my hair and everything's gonna look different, which is not a bad thing. That's fine. So I need to eat something, and I think I got a bug bite right here. It itches. Anyway, I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you guys so much. I know this was like probably a boring vlog. I'm so sorry, but this is real life. Real life is not always exciting trips and doing a lot of things. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Bye.